If you play for Liverpool and you deliver, you're better than 95% of all other football players in the Premier League. I don't care about ability. I don't care about stats. I don't care about trophies. I don't care about longevity. If you deliver for a team like Liverpool in the Prem, you're better than nearly every other player. This, for me, I believe it to be a fact. Hit the like and the share button, please. Make sure you're subscribing. Get that bell notification button turned on as well. Now, I already know 30 seconds in, the people are triggered. What do you mean? Why Liverpool? Why no one else? It's not strictly true. Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Arsenal. There's only a handful of clubs, Barca, Madrid, maybe Bayern Munich, but definitely not, but not on a global scale, because the global media plays a part in what I'm about to tell you, that I believe is a fact, and I want to get your views, I want to get your opinions on this. The media scrutiny that you face when you join these clubs, the social media pressure that is applied to you, in my opinion, is astronomically heavy. Especially when you compare it to City, Spurs, Villa, Newcastle, Luton, or Leyton Orient. It just is. So if you're under more pressure, if there is far more scrutiny upon you, if your every move is micro-analysed, to deliver under said pressure, with those eyes on you, with everybody willing, hoping, praying for your downfall. Surely if Isak scores 25 league goals this year and Wissa scores 25 league goals at Newcastle, surely that makes Isak's better. Surely that makes Isak's more valuable. Surely coming through that level of scrutiny, pressure, and attention and still delivering is harder to do than if there's local newspapers and local fans, a little mockery, but you're kind of left alone to your own devices. That's my view. And this isn't about my club solely in Manchester United, but I maybe believed this for a long time, but never really articulated it, never really deeped it and thought through how I would articulate this. But I look back at what David Beckham went through and what Wayne Rooney went through at Manchester United, and they still delivered. And I remember sitting there, and you can go back and, I mean, you could just search it now on Google. If you just Google the word Liverpool, Google the word Manchester United, and look how many more articles are currently out there on the internet versus a Newcastle, versus a Tottenham, versus a Manchester City. It's mind-blowing. And the fact that, in fact, I'll just do it while we're live, and let's Google Liverpool FC. Search results come back and say... what's the search results? Where does it show that now on Google? Because it does normally show you. There we go. 662 million results from the search. Let's put in Tottenham. It's still big, but it's coming back with 21 million. You're talking 3 times the size. Like, you get where I'm coming from? And Spurs are in the media a lot this morning because of Harry Kane, giving the award to Jed Spence last night. Thoroughly deserved, by the way. Great. But you can see my point here. That's a very quick search, and I bet if you do deeper research, it's even bigger. And this, for me, matters. Because Alexander Isak is currently being, and I've said it for a while now, the way he's been treated this summer has been an abomination. Alan Shearer lying about him, putting out this misinformation, these lies, that the way Isak went on strike is unprecedented and could kill the way football operates, and could ruin the transfer market moving forward. Ignoring the fact that other people this summer went on strike and players have been striking in my living memory for over 30 years. This is not something that's new. This isn't something that's innovative. We have not just discovered fire. But it was pushed like we have. The way media outlets, the way football fans have attacked him off the back of this has been, I wouldn't say unprecedented, because we've seen other players before go through similar levels of scrutiny, but it's been horrible to watch. It's not, I'm up for a bit of banter when a player misses a chance. I'm up for getting into a debate about my striker versus your striker, talking football and putting them down. I'm not into this online bullying of players. The more of it I see, the less I actually want to criticise any footballer, if I'm being honest with you, because I don't even want to be associated to these amoebas and these scumbags. But what this does mean is if Alexander Isak delivers, how good is he? Because I think delivering under this pressure makes you a better player than delivering without it. For all the goals that he scored at Newcastle, if he matches that, just matches that at Liverpool, he's better. And when it comes to the media pressure, look, I saw this last night, and this is why you've got to read this very carefully. Read this very carefully. It says, and you can see, if we fail to qualify for the World Cup, it will be down to Alexander Isak and Liverpool Football Club. He put going on strike to earn more money ahead of staying fit enough to represent his country. Now you have to read that again and read it carefully. By the way, getting close to 1 million people have seen this. It's on the back of the TV coverage, the newspaper coverage, the podcast coverage, all the lies and misinformation about Alexander Isak that's been pushed all summer. So many of them. Disgusting. This type of tweet. But read it again and read that line just after Liverpool Football Club. He put going on strike to earn more money ahead of staying fit enough to represent his country. Not he put moving to a bigger club. Not he put his club career. Not he prioritised winning trophies in his club career, in his personal career, above his international one. Money. Money being the root of all evil. Money above his country. Money above his career. Money above his clubs. All about the bag, the coin. Not his ambition to win trophies. What this implies, what this says, is he's a greedy, selfish, nasty, money-hungry man. And if we fail at something as a nation, we must attack him. I think it's fair if you're a Swede and you think he's put his club career above your nation, yeah, then call him out for that. But you're not. You're implying that he's a greedy money grabber. And that isn't really the story. That isn't the truth. What's really interesting is the same Twitter account, which, by the way, he might be satirical. I don't know. He might be a bit of a troll. But if you read the replies, and then people will take that and go, yeah, look, Swedes are saying this. They add more and more and more on top of the attacks. But he was involved all summer in tweeting about the transfer. He didn't mind it during the summer when it was being said. And again, like I say, this might not be a real person. This could be a troll. That could be an AI picture. It could be. But it's the people that share it and reply and add this to the bank of things to attack him with. And we all know it's been vile. And it isn't going away, and Liverpool have got to protect him. But that all being said, and I want your comments on this, I'm adding media and social media pressure to my 4 pillars. Now, currently, there's 4 pillars that I believe football players should be judged on. I don't yield from this metric. I don't yield from these pillars. And I think it's a way of fairly assessing footballers. Not 1 minute stats, the next minute ability, the next minute trophies, depending upon which battle you want to win today. We're not 10 years old. The 4 pillars. Ability. Your ability within your said position. And your overarching footballing ability. So you could be amazing at passing the ball out from the back, amazing at crossing the ball and free kicks. But if you're a goalie that can't save, your ability on the ball is irrelevant to me. If you're a striker who can do step overs and drag backs and flip flaps and fanny flaps and all that stuff, but you only convert 5% of your chances, I don't care about the rest of your ability. If you're someone that delivers in your job and then you're amazing at things outside of your main role, that's another conversation. But ability's in there. You then have output, stats, delivery. So as a striker, and we'll use a striker because it's Alexander Isak, his goals and assists, his conversion rate, his consistency of scoring goals is very, very key to assess a football player. People like to play down stats, but only if they don't like a player, or only if that player is going to be seen as better than their guy because of stats. Then I look at longevity and consistency. So how long were you playing for a massive team? How influential were you in that team? How long were you at the highest level of the game? And how consistent were your performances coupled with output in that period of time? So someone that spent 15 years as a 7, 8, and 9 out of 10 consistently versus someone who had 3 years as a 10 and every other year was average, I'm going for the guy that had the long-standing consistency. And then you have trophies. So not Luke Chadwick picking up a winner's medal for a few sub-appearances. Not Jonathan Greening or Brewster being on the bench in a Champions League final. Their medals are irrelevant when it comes to assessing the overall quality and legacy of a player. But I'm talking about Gerrard in Liverpool's Champions League winning campaign. I'm talking about David Beckham and Paul Scholes in the 99 treble winning season as an example. Their overall performances and influence in that team. KDB in the treble and quadruple winning season. You get where I'm coming at the treble and four-peat seasons. The influence on that team, which couples in with using your ability, having these very good outputs in your said position, and of course being consistent over that season and others. They're my four pillars, and I judge every player equally based on those. But I'm adding media pressure in. I've got to. There is no way. Let's say you get two players that have delivered very, very similar on those areas, but one plays for a club like Liverpool, where the media pressure and scrutiny is bordering on violence, versus someone that their team can win one game in 13 and the media don't care. Surely the person playing for the team under more scrutiny, they're under more pressure to perform. You couple it in with those other pillars, it's got to count for something. It can't just mean nothing. We ridicule Man United all the time. Me as a United fan, and you guys as rivals that are watching. Some of you are United fans as well. That player can't handle the shirt. That player can't handle the pressure. That player. So why are we not bigging up the players that can and putting them on a different level? If you're ridiculed for not handling the pressure, if you deliver under it, you must be better than players delivering with less pressure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. You let me know in the comments. But for me, look, this abuse of Alexander Isak, I hate it on a personal level for him. I also hate it because it makes me defend Liverpool, and I don't want to have to do it. But I don't like the way football punditry is going. I don't like the way we're lying about footballers to create content. It's crazy to me about really serious things in our game. But do me a favor, please. Hit the like and the share button. Make sure you are subscribing, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace.